By using this pattern, you can instantly improve your question or input prompt by 10x. The quality of the output that you're going to get in ChatGPT directly depends upon the quality of input prompt or the input instruction, input question you feed in. We all are aware of this, and yet we are unable to craft a good prompt. We are unable to craft a good question that we write to ChatGPT. And why is that the case? We are sometimes just lazy to craft the question, and I understand that. And sometimes it is just that we do not have enough information about that topic, how to craft the underlying thoughts that I have about this topic. Well, if that is the case, I have a solution for you, and the solution is question refinement pattern. Now imagine there is a topic that you want to seek solution about. Now before you feed into ChatGPT, you would have very limited information about that topic. But at the same time, ChatGPT would know much more about that topic, would know much more what kind of questions are asked around that topic and what are the words associated with the topic. Because ChatGPT, just like any other large language model, is pre-trained on enormous amount of internet data or text data. So it would know much more about this topic. So why don't we use ChatGPT's help to better our own question? How to do it, I'll show you. Now, before asking anything to ChatGPT, I will write this. Right, whenever I ask a question, suggest me a better question and ask me if I would like to use it instead. Now, by doing so, you're telling ChatGPT, hey, I'm going to input you a question. Give me a better version of this question and ask me if I would like to go ahead. And now, if I want to ask any question, so for example, how much RAM do I need? It is giving me a much better question. As you can see, it's much more of a rational question. It has much more detail, like what kind of specific use case you need, compared to the original question that I asked, which was like a very generic question. And now if I enter yes, now as you can see, it's giving me the solution to the refined question. The solution is much more detailed and better. So in this way, you can get quickly a better refined question. But what if you didn't like this refined question, nor do you like the original question? Well, in that case, you can tweak the prompt a bit by writing, whenever I ask a question, suggest me 10 different better version of the questions and ask me which one would I like to use it. Now by doing so, if I write the same question again, like how much RAM do I need? And now as you can see, it's giving me 10 different better version of the question to the original question that I asked. Now you can go through each one of them and see which of the underlying thought you had even before asking the question. You can match whichever one you feel like, and you can just mention. So for example, 10th one is what I was looking for, example. And now if I enter 10, it's giving me the solution. Not only this, if let's say I had another question, like a similar underlying thought, second thought, then I can just pick and choose another question. So for example, here I chose another question as well, one, it will give me the solution. So here in this case, so by just making these minor changes, you would get much more varieties of different questions. And this all questions that you get are the kind of questions are asked around that topic. Basically, ChatGPT tries to find all those questions and give it to you, and then you can pick and choose which one you want to go ahead with. Now, if you want to make this prompt even more powerful, there is something called as persona pattern, which is also called as a role play, where you assign GPT model an expertise. So for example, you will tell ChatGPT to become an expert in this field and act in a similar way. Similarly, you can tell ChatGPT to act as a prompt engineer and you can follow up the same question. So for example, I will just mention act as a prompt engineer, and whenever I ask a question, this is same as before, suggest me 10 different better version of the question and ask me which one would I like to go ahead with. Now just by doing so, you're making it much more powerful. Now if I write the same question again, like the same kind of question, RAM for computer, as you can see now, it's giving me much more 10 different version of the question, but this time it's acting as a prompt engineer and it's taking into account all the context and information needed in your question to be asked. So you can use these prompts just before you want to ask any question, and you will see the improvements in the question itself. You will see the improvements in the output as well. Now if you want to understand the background how large language model work, you can look on to this video, and thank you for watching.